Good morning. So it's about 6:30 in the morning. I want to talk about surrender on the um, during the spiritual awakening and on the twin flame journey. It's coming up. I'm also in a process of surrender, and this morning it was coming up that I should probably talk about it um, because we always hear on this journey is to surrender, just surrender, surrender. And my question is always, how do you surrender? What does that even mean? Okay, I understand. I can understand surrender. I can see it outside of me, but what does that mean when I'm actually going through it? How does that feel? And you can hear I don't know if you can hear it. There's like bombing now. And so I need to catch my attention back. Surrender is when you just go limp. So these massive emotions and pain comes up and all of these realizations and understandings, and inside we start pushing against. So we start feeling this immense pain because we are pushing against it. We're holding ourselves apart. And to surrender, so I'm going to see if we can see them. Yeah, they're up. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's booms going off in the background. I guess that's part of being in a war zone. Um, when you surrender, it's like acceptance. It's like depleting that air. So I know that a lot of times on the twin flame journey and during your spiritual awakening, there's so much pain that you don't know what to do with the pain. You can even be like in your bed just squirming from the enormous amount of pain that we go through. And to surrender is when you feel that pain and you just it's also a physical act. You just let your body go limp and allow that pain to go through you, and it kind of goes through you in echoes. It kind of keeps going through you. It feels like a pulsation, and you remove your mind from it. You remove your mind from the thoughts of what's causing the pain, and you can actually bring those thoughts to the pain and just look at the pain as it happens and surrender into it. Just allow it to be. Just you it's almost like looking at the pain as if it is something that is outside of you. And when you really think about it, pain belongs to this 3D realm. Pain is emotion, which is only belongs to, in our seat. It belongs to our body level experience, not the soul level experience. The soul doesn't have pain. The soul is on a pure experience, is only an observer. The pain is when we have all of the attached thoughts to whatever it is. So that the sense of loss, or the sense of wanting things to be different than they are, holding on to outcomes that we want. And I know that we all know this. We've all gone through this on this journey, and we all know that as long as we're holding on to something and it's different than we want, then we find the pain in it. Or if something in the past is coming up that we have sorrow over, but it's already gone, it's out of our control. And it is always the thoughts that are attached to the emotion that cause the pain. Um, so when we release, that is the act of surrender. When we surrender into the journey, or surrender to allow things to be as is, and just become observers of it, then we become separate from the pain. We're above the pain. Sometimes the pain just gets so bad it's almost like you disconnect from the pain, but not from a place of like trauma, not from a place of disconnecting from your body because of trauma. It's the same mechanism. but it comes from a place of choice and from a place of strength. Because when you learn how to surrender, surrendering is really it's it, it's like a template that you can learn. It can become your superpower when you learn how to surrender into what is. It doesn't mean that you have to just let life pass by you and not want or not try to change or not try to it's exactly the opposite. When you can surrender into what is and actually see things as they are, then you come into a place of power that you are not pushing against circumstances, you're accepting them, and then from that place of choice, you can see more clearly the cause and effect, and you can work with what is to actually make the path towards the life that you want, which usually, the life that we want isn't subject to outside circumstances. It is the feeling, the emotion, the experience that we want to experience in life. And a lot of times we attach this to outside circumstances. Okay, it has to be this way for me to be able to feel this way, but we don't even know, we're just going after the thing, whatever it is. In the 3D world, we don't even realize that it's actually the experience that we're looking for. And in order to experience that specific experience, it doesn't just have to be by one route. And we as humans in this human experience, we can't see all the routes from where we are. All of the routes that we see are dependent on our life experience that we've experienced until now, things that we already know of, things that we have seen in our experience. And there's so much more that can be when we let go and allow the universe or God or nature or cause and effect to bring in things on different avenues that we haven't even seen, that weren't open to us to now, because we are closing off our life experience to things that we already pretty much know or are right around the things that we know. And so when we're able to let go, then we're able to broaden our experience. So the act of surrender physically, is when you are going through these massive emotions, whatever it is. That doesn't even have to be massive emotions. It's just easier with massive emotions because they take over our whole being, and then we have substance to work with. But we are in every moment going through experiences that we can just come into the now and surrender into what is. So we have to master that in order to continue and to master. Um, and expand our life and the now. Expand. It's like expanding the now, expanding what we will allow into our experience without pushing against. So it's starting to become just wide open, and in allowance, we surrender. Not only when we go through these massive emotions, and a lot of times we're looking in the mirror and we're seeing things that we have done, and we are holding pain in that, or sorrow in, like, how could I have? I couldn't see. Um, and that's part of it. That's part of the massive pain here. And also accepting things that are outside of you that aren't in your control, accepting things the way that they are, and looking for the good in those things. But really, we can find. I really wanted to talk about surrender. As you can tell, I'm going through it. I'm in the thick of it. Um, when you're going through those massive emotions to where your whole body is just twitching and twisting, and in that pain, when you can get into that place and then just deplete it all, just let your body go limp. It teaches your mind to go limp. You just go limp in acceptance. Everything is still there. The pain is still there. The throbbing is still there. You're just not pushing against it. You're just, it's like becoming a limp. Say, do with me as you will. This is for my higher good. This is happening for me. This is happening with me. Not this is happening to me. This is happening also to me. This is all happening. It's in acceptance of it. acceptance and allowance, and just to allow that to go through. And then you start rising above, because anything at that point, once you surrender into the pain, anything at that level of pain that comes at you now in life, you already know that you can deal with. You already have the mechanism. You already know how to surrender into that. It quits being a big deal. So in that place, you start gaining your own superpower, because you can also hold others up in that place. So when you encounter somebody else that is in that level of pain, and we go through all of the levels of pain on this journey, um, that's why I think it's important also, for me to film this entire journey where I can, is because at every level, when you're going through the thick of it, you're in it. And that's when you understand it the best. That's when you have the insights to get out of it, to pull yourself out of it. So I trust that if you're watching this, this is something that um, um, is relevant and helpful. The surrender, we have to become masters of of surrendering. We have to be able to surrender into ourselves and into the circumstances and into our own emotions, and allow those things to go through us, for us to progress on this journey. Otherwise, we're stuck in that place of pain. We have to be able to understand that we can endure that, and can go through it, and can come out the other side stronger, and then it turns into our superpower, because we aren't afraid of life anymore. We're not afraid of pain. We understand that we can, when we're afraid of life, we're afraid of ourselves. We're afraid of our own emotions. We're afraid of how life is going to affect us. So then we make our life experience small, so that we don't have to, um, have the fear of something's going to come at me that I can't deal with. And so on this journey, when you start going through and surrendering into the pain, allowing yourself to feel all the different levels of pain, not only do you open up the levels of ecstasy on the other side, because now you're free to feel. So now you're not only not afraid of the pain, you're also not afraid of the heights. So those are the heights and the dips. Those are the levels that we go through on this journey. Um, So it's really learning how to master that surrender. And the surrender, there's so many ways to go through the same thing. There's so many ways to progress. And so surrendering is also something that can be done physically. It's the same mechanism. So it's allowing everything just to go limp. Okay. And then allowing that pain to just go through you, just go through you, just go through you, and bringing your focus not on why. It's like separating yourself from the story, not on why I have so much pain, because then you get back into the story, and you're fighting against the story, and oh no, poor me. And a lot of us divine feminines are, that is one of the things that we have to overcome, is the experience of being the victim of life. And that is actually, we are healing our divine masculine in that, healing our divine feminine in that as well, making our divine feminine um, stronger and able and capable, and standing up in our own right, and not being afraid of life itself. Um, So the surrender can be a physical process as well. So when we learn it in the body, it kind of echoes into the soul. It's just like when you surrender with the soul, it echoes into the body. But there's a way that you can just go limp and allow the pain, and just say, okay, I'm enduring this. You can do it with physical pain as well, and you just surrender into it. Um, and it feels like that. Just quiet. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. And we're all in this together. we're all in this together. That's what I'm realizing more and more, is that we are all in this together. There is no separation. So um, the more I overcome, the more I can bring that, and and because I'm not only not only bringing it, I'm also a witness to it, and a witness to others going through the same path. And I've gotten a lot of healing from others also going through this. You get little realizations, and then when you learn how to apply it into your own self, it becomes yours. And then you have your own way of explaining it that can help others that understand the language that you bring to the world. So this is also, I think, I keep on going, I saying this again and again and again, but this is a calling for you as a divine feminine, also to bring your light out into the world, also to bring your own story out, also to bring um, your understanding of it out, so that we can all rise higher and rise together and ascend together. And your story has value and can bring healing to others. So I've been thinking lately, I'm going to open up a Patreon, and I'm going to upload to there all sorts of videos. Part of the reason why I disappeared for quite a while, I was trying to think what it was, and it started feeling really super personal for me. I'm talking about my own personal journey, and even talking about the healing is is talking about my own personal journey. And I feel like my own personal journey isn't only about me, it's also about the counterpart. And I started feeling like I'm putting myself out there into, the mass wide open sea, and not everybody that sees these videos, or not everybody that can see the videos, are really can't understand what it is about, and and can have you, you know you know th- uh, uh, what is the word, when be colty, they're like, when you can't understand what it's about, you also can't respect it. And so I started feeling like I was putting myself out there. It was way too personal to a large range of people that just can't understand it, and it dampers the experience, because not only are you going through all of these emotions, and that's part of it too, but you're getting feedback of people that just can't understand it. So it's kind of like noise in the background, which I also understand that that is part of it, because you have to, when you come out into the open, you have to have that. You have to be able to stand within that as well. um, but I do feel like there's a place for more privacy. And so, but I do feel like I also need more expression. I want to tell my own personal story for those that they can help them, and that they can see that they're not alone in this, and a place for me to be able to express it. And so I just in the last couple of days, I think I've decided that I'm going to separate it, and put part of my experience, more personal things, onto Patreon, and make kind of like a place where people can come to see more of a personal, at a personal level, of what I'm going through, kind of the story of it. Um, and all sorts of other things that I want to put up there. There's all sorts of old videos that I made, and understandings, and um, also a course that I'm putting together for this journey in the spiritual awakening and the twin flame. So I want to put those things in there, and also more of like personal family things, of lifestyle things that don't only talk about very specific. Um, so look forward to that when it comes up. I will, when I begin to do it. I've already started filming for it, and I already have back. I have like libraries of things that I never published, that I will publish to there. I feel like it would be more of a safe place for me to put more personal things, that anybody that comes there is actually coming there because of me, not just wide open into the world. So kind of like a personal, um, almost like community, or where people need more specific one-on-one personal contact, also personal contact with me, but also personal, more personal on the journey, um, deeper understandings. So look forward to that. So if you've been watching, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm having my coffee out on the mountain this morning. I'll turn around and show you. Yesterday was, there's Rexy. Yesterday was the first rain that I've had here. So sending you guys so much love and appreciation. Appreciation. Thank you for watching.